Good Saturday, everyone, and welcome into today's daily Bible reading for October the 22nd. Today, we are reading together from Job chapter 17. So thankful for you taking the time to read along with me today as we continue our way through the book of Job. We are looking at the second half of Job's response to Eliphaz's second speech that is given. Remember, as we're looking at Job, we're looking at a text that can be broken down into some sections, some pretty recognizable sections. 1 and 2 give us kind of the historical background to what's going on. It gives us the details and the narrative of the story. Then in chapter 3, we see Job lamenting his situation. And beginning in chapter 4, we begin a series of 3 cycles of discussion and discourse and debate between Job and 3 individuals, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar. And then following these 3 cycles of debate, we have another individual who enters into the story. His name is Elihu, and he is going to have a 3 or 4 chapters, I believe it is, of discussion where he has, in a sense, it seems as if he's been observing what is going on here within the discourse between Job and the 3 men. And he gives his perspective on everything. Then God comes in, sets the record straight, and brings everything to its conclusion there in chapter 42. So here in Job 17 again, we're looking at the second half of Job's speech. In the first half, he really emphasizes what he has gone through. Again, exhausted, devastated, shriveled, frail. He's torn, harassed. Teeth are gnashing at him. His cheeks have been struck. He's shattered. He's been seized, smashed. His kidneys have been pierced. And he makes the proclamation that God knows exactly what the reality of the situation is, and he can be my witness and my advocate. So then getting here into chapter 17, we're going to see, again, the second half here, where he is resigned to the hopelessness of a situation. It begins there in chapter 17. The chapter 17 ends with him saying, well, my family is going to be the grave. But in between there's a couple of things I think are worth noting that we'll see as we read through here. So picking up in Job chapter 17, in verse number 1, Job says, my spirit is broken. My days are extinguished. A graveyard awaits me. Surely mockers surround me, and my eyes must gaze at their rebellion. Accept my pledge. Put up security for me. Who else will be my sponsor? You have closed their minds to understanding. Therefore, you will not honor them. If a man denounces his friend for a price, the eyes of his children will fail. Here is Job saying that obviously his friends' minds are closed to understanding the situation, and what they're saying against me, you're not going to honor. And how is it that they would seemingly take up your side, God, even though without knowing the facts, that they're just immediately going to again work upon their perceived understanding that God punishes people who do what's wrong, and if you do what is right, you're never going to receive punishment. There's some thought that maybe this is an old proverb of sorts. If a man denounces his friends for a price, the eyes of his children will fail. If you're going to be bought out, basically, then there's just no hope in that kind of situation. Verse number 6 says, he has made me an object of scorn to the people, and I have become a man people spit at. My eyes have grown dim from grief, and my whole body has become but a shadow. The upright are appalled at this, and the innocent are roused against the godless. We'll come back to that here in a minute. Yeah, the righteous person will hold to his way, and the one whose hands are clean will grow stronger. But come back and try again, all of you. I will not find a wise man among you. My days have slipped by. My plans have been ruined, even the things dear to my heart. They turned night into day and made light seem near to the face of darkness. If I await Sheol as my home, spread out my bed in darkness, and say to corruption, you are my father. And excuse me. Verse 13 again, if I await Sheol as my home, spread out my bed in darkness, and say to corruption, you are my father, and to the maggot, my mother, or my sister, where then is my hope? Who will see any hope for me? Will it go down to the gates of Sheol, or will we descend together to the dust? Job chapter 17. We see an inclusio here of the grave type language, and you see that in verse number 1, where he talks about a graveyard awaits me, and then he gets the last 4 verses of this chapter, and he refers to the graveyard again, saying that's where I'm going. And even though my family here in this life is gone, I've got a family awaiting for me there. The corruption is going to be my father. Maggots are going to be my mother and sister. And I think that just really encapsulates the reality of Job feeling as if he's in an absolutely hopeless situation. There's nothing good for him to look forward to. And I mean, giving what he's gone through, and then giving, again, we need to take into account what his friends are saying and the impact that must be having on his psyche and what he's thinking in this situation. Certainly is not something good. So I would say we probably would extend a bit of grace to Job, considering not just what he has experienced, but what he is currently experiencing with these friends who are making all these accusations against him without knowing all the facts, behaving as if they are know-it-alls when in fact they're not. But here's a place where Job kind of hits back at them a little bit. Again, here in verses 6 and 7, talks about he's made me a scorn of people. I have a note here that says that this literally means that Job has been made into a proverb. He is an illustration or object lesson of sin and suffering. But again, we know that that's not the reality of the situation. Yet that's how it looks on the outside. He speaks of his eyes growing dim from grief. My whole body's become a shadow. I'm sure Job probably not eating. His health is probably very much as poor as it could be right now. But here's what the upright would do. The upright are appalled at this, and the innocent are roused against the godless. Yet the righteous person will hold to his way, and the one whose hands are clean will grow stronger. But come back and try again, all of you. I will not find a wise man among you. So the upright are appalled at this. They're appalled at the person who is grieved from sin and such. The innocent recognize that, if the godless are suffering like this, well, certainly I want to remain on the pathway of innocence. But yet the righteous person will hold to his way. The one whose hands are clean will go stronger. Because here again is Job saying that those who are upright and innocent, they look at this and they make their assumptions about what's going on. But the righteous person who is in this, who is suffering in a sense unjustly, will hold to his way. And he will grow stronger because he knows that his hands are clean. Again, Job is speaking here to try to help his friends recognize that you don't understand. You are making great assumptions about things that you cannot comprehend because you don't know what's going on. Verse 10 is the quip to end it. But come back and try again, all of you, and I will not find a wise man among you, because you have no truth to stand upon. You have no truth to stand upon. So as we think about this text, then again, Job's response to Eliphaz in his second speech, we see a man here, Job, who he's just hanging in there, trying the best he can. That he says, I know what is going on, and as a righteous person, I will hold to my way. I will try my best to remain a man of integrity and righteousness and blamelessness. My hands are clean, so I'm going to continue to just grow stronger and try to, again, maintain and persevere. And you guys can try again if you want to, but you're going to continue to speak from this place of ignorance. You're going to continue to do that. Job here is again an example of someone who is suffering, yes, but who recognizes that the righteous can suffer well. The righteous can suffer well. When the righteous suffer, the temptation is for us to just give in. give in to temptation to renounce God, as Job was encouraged to do, temptation to forsake faith in God, because obviously that's not getting us anywhere, right? But those who are truly righteous and those whose hands are clean are going to continue to walk in the ways they were walking before, in righteousness and in purity. Why? Because that's the right thing to do, regardless of what the circumstances might be in life. Our circumstances are not always indignant to, they do not always indicate what our spiritual vitality or spiritual health is. Indicative. There we go. Our circumstances are not always indicative of our spirituality. Again, good things happen to bad people. That doesn't mean the bad people are good. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. That doesn't mean that the good people are bad. But may this be our goal, that the righteous person will hold to his way. Again, the righteous person will hold his way. The righteous person will hold to his righteous way. And the one whose hands are clean will grow stronger. They will not abandon clean hands, but they will strive to be that type of person all the more. May that be our resolve, just as it seems to be Job's resolve here within this text. I appreciate so much for tuning in for this reading on this Saturday. Hope that you have a great rest of your Saturday. And we're looking forward to being with everybody tomorrow as we gather together for our Bible studies and our worship assembly. I haven't been doing a good job of it this month. But since it is Katie's birthday, I was reminded to go and check out our website to see who has birthdays and anniversaries in October. Sarah Dodson had a birthday at the beginning of the month. Happy birthday to her. My wife Katie's birthday is today. I believe Emma Wade has a birthday this month as well. Happy birthday to her. And then Zach and Mia have their anniversary. Let's see, I think it'll be 2 years on October 30th. Zach and Mia Bostic's anniversary coming up. If you don't have that information on our website, I advise you to go on there and check out your profile and add your birthday or add any anniversary information to it. I'd love to have that so people can check it and wish you a happy birthday whenever it comes up. That's just a cool tool that our website allows us to do. So let's take advantage of it if we can. Again, enjoy this beautiful Saturday, everyone. Take care. God bless. And we'll be back at it again in the morning, 8 a.m. We'll have a reading from Job chapter 18. Hope you can tune in then.